Liverpool had the shit this week.
Fuck off, Dean. You drew 3-0 for God's sake.
Yeah, we were 3-0 up, Kev.
Yeah, but he's off the defender for God's sake.
3-0 up. It don't matter. 82nd minute, 3-0 up. You've got to win that game.
It's all about you, Dean.
It's worth calling your whole team.
Vintage Steven Gerrard.
Aguero. Hey. Here he is.
Welcome. Here he is. Best defence in the league. Here he is.
Take a seat, mate. Come on. You've got a Tottenham shirt on as well, to be fair. Look, fair play.
Quite quiet, isn't he?
Not there as well.
A lot of talk yesterday. He's very quiet today.
Missed you, Dean.
To get on with it, lads.
The floor is yours, Dean, as they say.
The whole show.
This is the Dean show now.
You want to start with me?
Definitely.
I was literally watching the game with Greg, literally 82nd minute, and he was like, "It's done now, Dean, isn't it?" I was like, "No, never with Tottenham." Straight away, they scored in 5 seconds. Oh, here we go. I just can't believe it. Honestly, I can't believe it. I'm shocked.
You're shocked, but we're not shocked, Dean, because we knew that you had that in you all the time.
Painful, mate. I don't know what to say, mate. Like I said, about 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes was decent. Apart from that, we went 3-0 up, and then obviously Mourinho said, "Look, calm down," or whatever. And we just stopped attacking, and that was it. It was just
maybe on your good luck charm, weirdly, Dean, because I was watching it, I was up for it, and then you went 3-0 up, and I was like, "Oh, that's enough of that." I turned it off. I missed everything that happened after that because I couldn't bear to watch it.
mental. I just don't know what to say, man. I'm shocked. I just can't believe it.
Some humble pie, Dean, and just tell everyone how shit your defence is, considering yesterday we got berated for how I'd rather be a team that's got no trophies rather than a team with your trophies and how shit you are with all your history and your shitty defences. So
I did say that at the start, though, to be fair, didn't I?
Tell us now, 3-0 up.
I did say that at the start. I was like, Eric Dyer's not there. Even when we was 3-0 up, I was like, the defence just looks dodgy. Eric Dyer just tightens it up. Sanchez, for me, always got a mistake in him.
Dino, who did he start at the back?
Sanchez
And Alderweireld.
Cracking own goal, Dean. Nice, man.
Yeah, Sanchez, own goal. What was he doing there? Like, come on. It's just terrible. And he's just so, from how big he is, he's so weak. Like, Antonio was bullying him flat out. Eric Dyer was there. He would have man-marked him easy. He always does.
Does your other centre-back, your young one, does he play much? You know, the one that got into the England team?
Yeah, Tanganga. No, he's injured at the minute.
Oh, is he?
He seems to always be injured at the minute. Yeah.
I only know him because of the Spurs programme. All or nothing.
Wait, what time's match of the day 2 on?
11.
Right, we won't miss it doing this though, will we? Because I want to see it, man. I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, it'll be later, won't it? I think Sundays is later, isn't it? I think.
I mean, I watched the Spurs game, but I want to watch it again. So, yeah.
To be fair, Dean. To be fair, that goal. I mean, you can't account for it. There's just nothing.
No. Come on, Joe. 82nd minute with 3-0 up. I mean, come on.
That's where you messed up. That's where you messed up because you're 3-0 up. You got 10 minutes to go together, and you gave them that chance. That's the thing. Even if Lanzini scores that goal, we're all going, "What an amazing goal!" But if the other two had gone in, we're just saying that's a good goal. But now it's an incredible goal.
Yeah.
And you just
like I said, at 3-0, I was like, we need to get the next goal because if they get the next goal, it's going to be game on, and it'll be the same as last year where they got to 3-2 and we were holding on to our arses. And look, it just happened. I just can't believe it. I'm just shocked. Can't believe it.
Different team, Dean.
What's happened to Mourinho's tactics? Why don't you park the bus? He's 3-0 up. You ain't got to worry about it. Just be real defensive and nasty. Break the play up. Why don't you do that?
I think he was, but just nothing was happening. Like you said, first 20 minutes, we looked sharp. We looked up for it, and then that was it.
Yeah,
what happened exactly, Dean, after that first 20 minutes? Like, you need to tell me, only because I
think we just sat back. I think Mourinho just said, "Look, sit back now, hit him on the counter," and it just didn't suit us. Like, they had more of the ball from then on, and then they would just get, I don't know, it just weren't as good. Nothing was happening. We had nothing up front after that first 20 minutes. Like, nothing was happening.
Do you think because you started so electric that maybe towards the end of the game you were starting to show a bit of tiredness, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. But Bayer had a chance, didn't he, at 3-2?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he did. He looked a little rusty, like you'd expect.
Yeah, he did. He did look rusty. I think his first touch he had was like a massive touch, and he gave it away straight away. I was like, oh no.
The Messiah missed from 12 yards out.
Yeah, but the way he got there was nice. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't too bad.
But the easiest thing he had to do.
That's what I mean. He'll get better with that once he gets a bit more game time.
I think they got I think after the first goal, they just kind of completely just got shell shocked and just completely lost it from there.
Yeah.
I thought West Ham come nicely into the game, to be honest. Like, I was listening to David Moyes chat after, and he said that even at half time, my team talk wasn't going to be like the aggressive one, and because we weren't doing that much wrong. I think he's pretty bang on, to be honest. They crept into the game for the second half. You allowed them a little bit more space, and bringing Lanzini and Yarmolenko on, they're starters all day long for me. They're clever players. Lanzini was their player of the year like 2 years ago. He's the best player in their team, and now he's getting 15 minutes at the end of the game or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel sorry for Kane as well, because again, he set up Son, he scored 2 cracking goals. He was proper defending, like putting his body on the line. First half, he was brilliant. And for us not to win that, again, the same against Newcastle, 1-0, and we should have been 4-5-0 up. Last minute, they get a penalty. It's just shocking. We've had 3 home games now, and we've took 2 points.
So what's your team talk after that? The lads are 3-0 up. You didn't play that bad, Dean, to be honest with you. A few good performances from a few players. You've had an own goal. All right, the header was a decent header, right in the corner. Fair enough. You've got a sucker punch for an own goal, and you've got a worldie for a third goal. So what is your team talk at the end of that? What do you say to your team not to demotivate them? Obviously,
I just say that's just unlucky. Just so unlucky. Just one of them things, isn't it? Just so unlucky. I just can't believe it.
Just put your finger on what did they actually do as a team that was radically wrong for you to lose that game or draw that game?
No, I just think the last 10, 15 minutes, they were coming down the right a bit more often and they were putting balls in. And that's what did us. First goal come from that. Second goal was an own goal, exactly the same, where the ball come through. It's just I don't know. It's just...
What do you think about free kick?
You can't call it unlucky if you're 3-0 up with 8 minutes left to go. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen it, but it can't be luck, man. Like one goal maybe, but 3 fucking goals.
Free kick. For me, Kenny, Snodgrass won a free kick. And all he did, Aurier went to go for the ball, and Snodgrass just kind of went across him, lost his balance a little bit himself, and he's sort of gone. Aurier's just put his arm there. He's not really pushed or anything, but he's got a free kick. That was never a free kick.
Yeah, that's never a free kick. I mean, that was unlucky. That's the first goal, Ken. They get a free kick from nothing, and then they score from it, and then that was it. Game just changed.
Who was it who scored the own goal? Sanchez.
Bloody
good finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dean's
favourite. Yeah, it's a great finish. That's what I said. All the while for me now, he's too old. He's a great player. Positional. It reminds me of old John Terry. Positional wise, brilliant. But
you can't use him in the same sentence as John Terry, man. Start again.
Anyone with a bit of pace or a bit of pace or a bit of strength behind him, they bully him. Same with Sanchez. Sanchez is fast and he's meant to be quite strong. He's a big lad, but he gets bullied so easy. So easy.
How did you think Antonio done against what's his face? Alderweireld.
Bullied Sanchez as well. Bullied them both.
I don't know. He bullied them, to be honest. I thought they did all right defensively against him, but you could see that Antonio had a marker on him physically.
Antonio's quality, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's underrated. He really is.
He's relentless sometimes, isn't he?
People talk about him every single game he plays because he does something good, and you're like, wow, he's a cracker.
He's a bit of a shining, isn't he? Last couple of seasons, he's been a bit for West Ham. He's sort of like gone under the radar. He's sort of stepped up without everyone really noticing. He's been there for a while, but he's sort of stepped. I mean, he is. I really like him. I think he's a good player.
I think he'd do well at United.
I'd take him.
Would you really?
Yeah, I like him. He's relentless. I mean, doesn't score you like 3 or 4 goals. Well, saying that, he does score a couple of goals in some games, but I just like his work ethic. And I think when he gets it, when he finds a defender that he can really bully, he is relentless. Do you know what I mean? He just goes for it. And I think
why is a big club not coming for him?
I asked that question, didn't I? I said to my
you said it, didn't you, a couple of weeks ago, Kenny? You said it, didn't you?
Yeah, he's a good player. Like everyone always seems to say it, but no one ever goes in for him.
Yeah, strange, isn't it?
Maybe Spurs are going for him now.
No, ain't that stupid?
To be fair, Spurs, I mean, Kane, ever since we mugged him off at the beginning of the season, has been the best player in the league. And he's fucking incredible.
Wow. He's a million times better than Ings now.
Still got 19 to catch up.
Yeah, he's still got 19.
Kane and Son, they're just relentless together. But like,
Yeah, but that's what I mean, Paul.
Striking partner, but the defense just collapsed today. Like,
That's what I mean,
so
Paul.
bad,
They can do
isn't
it
it?
like that. We've all seen it. They can do it like that, but they don't do it enough.
How good is Kane's passing, by the way, for a forward?
Oh, brilliant.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely brilliant. Oh, my
Such
God. There
a
was a
good
few
passer as
times,
well.
Joe, where Son was in the same position as Kane was to play that ball, and he just messed up the passes both times, whereas Kane, the other way round, his passing ability is really good. I like the way he drops in and does that.
Left foot, right
Much
foot
better,
as
seems
well.
a lot better when he comes in deeper and gets involved, doesn't he, man? He's been so much better since he watched our stream that time.
It's defensive work rate as well, don't it? I mean,
I'm just shocked because
one end, he's the best person in the box the other end.
Yeah, we was all watching the game. 20 minutes in, we're 3-0 up. What were you all thinking? I was thinking 5-6. Do you know what I mean?
I'm thinking, I don't want to come on here and listen to
exactly.
you for the next hour.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And now I can't believe that was me boasting last night. I should have not said anything.
Karma.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, mate,
Karma.
I told you, you always do it and you always get bent over a barrel, mate.
When are you going to learn from this, man? How many fucking times?
Right, I'm learning now. Tottenham are going to finish 10th. All right.
Dino, as soon as I see you, see the messages to Woody, I was laughing. I was thinking, this is just going to backfire. And I was thinking, I'm not even going to say anything because I just think this is funny. And then I saw the goals like today, and I was like, oh, shit. They've already got a couple of goals. But then I see West Ham, I was like, here we go. And I was like, right, that's it, karma. Like, that is just,
mate.
you know.
I was 100% thinking 5-6-0 before the game even started. That's how confident I was. But fucking hell.
I kept watching because I did think West Ham, they didn't look out of it. They didn't look like they were being outplayed. Another person that needs to mention, Declan Rice. I mean, I don't fancy him for Chelsea, but he played brilliant for England the other day. He was everywhere. And he was like that again today. He was just a nuisance. He was always on the ball. Great touch, great passer. Doesn't waste it. Quality player.
I'll tell you who was poor today for Tottenham, and that was Stephen Bergwijn. He reminded me so much of Lucas today. Just lost the ball so many times. The ball would go to him, it just break down every time. You just weren't doing the right choices.
It didn't look like he fancied it. He took an easy every time, going down and
yeah.
Was Dele Alli on the bench today?
No, he weren't in the squad.
Fuck me. What's going on there then?
Well, he's not good enough to make the squad. You look at our bench today, Kenny. We had Doherty, Davis, Gareth Bale, Vinicius, Harry Winks, Lucas Moura. Lamella's not even there. Lo Celso's not even there. Dele Alli.
Do you think he'll be off in January on loan somewhere, Dino? Dele Alli? Because PSG tried, didn't they, on loan? They tried. Yeah. Tottenham said no, but...
What do they want with Dele Alli?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I don't get.
I think he'll just keep him just in case we get a few injuries. And like I say, we've got a lot of games coming up, so he might get a few UEFA Cup games maybe.
I actually think he wants to stay. I think you want to get rid of him as a club. Yeah. You're looking to offload him left, right and centre. I don't think he's willing to go.
I think he wants to get his contract.
If a team coming now, Woody, if a team coming now 50 million for Dele Alli, I'll take it all day.
No way. They can only take it if he agrees personal terms. Personal terms, or he says, I don't want to go and play in Germany or Spain or wherever it is. You don't matter how much they offer, you ain't going.
50 million. Fuck me.
The only way he'll go, like it'll probably be like on loan, but it'll be a bit of a more of a, because I don't know if you noticed with all these loan deals, there's a bit more of a fee. Like before, a loan deal would be like, you know, they pay their wages and a little bit. It seems like the loan deals now is like a couple of mil on top. It's like a bit of a transfer fee, isn't it? It's like, you know, with COVID and everything. And I think that's the only way that, because I think PSG were trying to get him on loan and Tottenham right now, like it was like they, you know, should have gone. No one's going to pay. I mean, what is he worth? Now,
not that. What would you pay for him?
Who, for Dele Alli?
Yeah.
Well, 30 mil.
Honestly, I think probably.
I think 20 mil's too much, though. Well, I don't know.
17.
I mean,
there was talks of him 2-3 years ago going for like 80, wasn't there? Real Madrid,
United, everyone, but that didn't last very long, did it? I mean, I'm not being funny. How much is he worth now? Because is he going to get out of it? Is he going to get out of this slump? That I mean, you know. I don't know. I think he's lost his fire. You know, that whole
English,
bite. I think he's
got that on his side.
I think we'll still get at least 30 mil for him, at least.
How old?
He's that young. He's 23.
23.
Dele Alli.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's already past that point where he's like so young that we'll overpay because he's got potential.
Yeah.
Dele Alli's
Joe, the only thing is, if you look at his stats, they're like 10 times better than Lampard's, Gerrard's, anything.
No, they are not. He's one of the fucking Premier League's top goal scorers. What are you talking about?
They all come up on the stats. At that Dele Alli's age, compared to Scholes.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. All right.
And Lampard and all that.
But Lampard did
His
start
stats are 20 times better than everyone else.
Did he?
Nah, come on, mate. You can't compare them two.
I'm not comparing them.
Well,
Lampard
Steven
and
Gerrard
Gerrard
before-
are a million
yeah, Steven-
times better than Dele Alli. A million times. But I'm just saying, that's what they bring up at Sky Sports News all the time about the stats, saying, well, Dele Alli this time, age is 10 times better than Scholes. And I don't believe all that. Scholes and Gerrard, players like that, are a million times better than Dele Alli.
Gerrard went before Benitez was more of like a box to box, maybe even more of a defensive side of midfielder. It was only when Benitez come that he pushed him forward. That's when we really saw how good he was.
Let's not go down a road where we're defending.
Let's just say, right.
Oh, I'm just saying by that age, sort of, it's, you know, it isn't really comparable. They were two different roles at the time. Dele Alli's always been like second striker, if you will, somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Attacker in
exactly.
midfield.
Difference in Lampard, Gerrard, all them players you're talking about, their best attribute was their consistency.
Yeah.
That was their best attribute. Week in, week out, you knew what you got from them. You knew they'd go into spaces. You knew they'd score you a worldie. You knew they'd be running box to box. That's Dele Alli's not that player. He's not,
Done it for 2
not
years.
got that same mindset.
What was it? 2 seasons he sort of peaked, didn't he? And that was it.
Yeah, when things are all good and he's comfortable and he's the main man, everyone's looking at him. Great, you can have 5, 6, 7 games where he looks good player, but.
Yeah, for me, the best centre mid ever, Steven Gerrard. You can't beat that as a centre mid. For me, Steven Gerrard is just, oh, wow.
I don't know, mate. That's Dele Alli.
Oh, yeah.
I think you got next week.
I don't know who we got, but I know we got like 5 or 6 rubbish teams in the trot.
What, like West Ham rubbish? Or?
Yeah, like West Ham rubbish. But I know we've got a game Thursday as well in the UEFA, haven't we? So
Who have you got at the weekend? Because someone have a look. Has anyone got access to it? See what's
I have it here now. So next weekend,
Oh, you got a ponytail?
Spurs of Burnley.
Burnley, that's it.
in his face.
I just noticed Paul's got a ponytail.
Is that away, Paul?
Oh, that's it. It is so it's much longer if I leave it down. Like, you know, I only leave it down if I'm pissed.
Paul, if you don't win the league, can you cut that off?
Fuck off. I don't make bets about the league, because the last time I made a bet about a league, it was the season where Man United won it last. I ended up having to fucking wear a Man United jersey in work for about 2 weeks.
Or did you have a fucking ponytail?
That's it. I'm not cutting off the ponytail for because I know we're not going to win the league this season. You know, we're good. We're not that good. I don't think.
Do you have to be good to win it this year? Jesus.
Who is that good?
I don't know. It's
League's open now. Van Dijk's out, isn't he? Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no one can defend, so it's anyone's, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Were we away, Paul? Tottenham.
Yeah, you're away to
Burnley
on Monday Night Football, so we'll spare you next week's embarrassment.
So yeah, because we're away, we'll probably win that. I'll probably win like 3-1, I reckon. But
just get old Gobby Dino on the messages; it'd be fine.
no, mate, I'm all right. No more.
Well, who's going now, Joey?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't mind. Go for it.
Yeah. You must be raging, man. You must have some shit to say this week.
Do you know what, mate? No, I'm not. I'm more upset, to be honest. It's not. I've got over to the point of being angry. I was angry yesterday, so I'm just a bit down about it. I feel like there's been no justice done whatsoever. One of the best footballers in the world now is out for probably the rest of the season for no fault of his own, and we got no justice whatsoever. Absolutely none. And won on every single part they could there. Was it offside? Debatable. So no penalty, no red card, no having to deal with Van Dijk in that match. So they scored 2 headers, arguably Van Dijk's best attribute. Could have avoided that. So they just won in every little section there, and we've lost in every little bit of that. And now I don't know, man. I'm more, like I said, just more upset about it.
It wasn't offside, irrelevant, because it don't really matter if you're offside or not, does it?
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean,
you make a foul, you make a foul. Eric Cantona jumps into the crowd and kicks somebody when there's nothing going on. You don't go, well, it wasn't in play, so we won't worry about that.
Yeah, to me that just made no. And even the red card for Richarlison. Apparently, the whistle had already been blown before that. So why is that now a red card?
So what are we saying? Is VAR someone else's opinion that we don't need, or is VAR is it
again? I think VAR for the first time now I can't defend because I think VAR was wrong on 2 occasions.
Does anyone think that was offside?
But I still back VAR.
It wasn't.
No. Of course it
You
was.
want about the Mane incident?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't offside. How can your elbow be offside?
That was never
Because
offside.
if the ball touched him there, they would have given a fucking handball. So I mean,
it's lunacy. Like I don't know.
Why is that ref not getting checked out? Is he an Everton fan? That's not right. It's not offside.
Apparently, the VAR ref was from Greater Manchester. I don't know what that means personally now, but I don't know if that means he supports any Man United teams or Manchester teams. Sorry, or hate towards Liverpool.
Aren't Liverpool reporting or requested to the Premier League or something about?
I think they're asking them to look into it. I mean, what that really means, I don't know. It's not going to change anything.
Well, didn't VAR say they didn't? They either didn't report on the Van Dijk bit or something, because there was a bit that it said. I thought that the VAR didn't tell the ref or something, so they just left it, and obviously the refs. It doesn't seem right, does it? Because every referee, normally you get it like on a Sunday or a Monday, you get a referee and he'll say, no, they sort of somehow agree with the referee, don't they? They always sort of stick up for it. But all the referees were saying he should have been off. He should have been off.
Yeah.
Like, all of them. Like, no one has said, no, it's all right. Like, do you know what I mean? Everyone.
But Kev, I sort of get that because he was offside. So it doesn't count.
Fuck off.
Oh, are you just saying that to wind me up now? Really? He wants me to go into a rage. That's what it is.
If he was
wants a bit of
onside,
entertainment.
then fair enough. But he was off. So that bit of play doesn't count. That's irrelevant.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean bloody Pickford going to turn around and
right.
smack him in the face.
No, it was accidental, wasn't it? Obviously.
There was no intention for that. Like, the way that is such a reckless challenge as well.
Yeah.
It was
I
so.
must admit, listen, when it first happened, I agreed with what Dean was saying, right? And I was like, but because if there's a tackle or there's a coming together after the whistle's blown for a free kick or an offside,
Yeah, nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens and you get on with it. And that was my view on it. But someone said to me, reminded me that you can get a red card after the game's finished.
Yeah,
exactly.
The tunnel and piss the ref off.
Well, didn't that happen to Reece James during the week? Last week or this week? Sorry, yeah.
And like what Woody said with the Cantona thing, like it doesn't matter if you do something like that, especially now we've got VAR. I mean, it's highlighting the more.
I don't know, Ken. How would you feel like it? Yeah, if I'm running through on goal, it's been offside. You've tipped me out, but it's already been given offside. You've tipped me out, and the ref gives you a red. You'd be like, nah, it's offside. You wouldn't get a red for it.
No, but then it's wrong.
I don't even think it matters about making a foul.
It's a red card. He
has literally endangered him. He's endangered. If it's not, he isn't going out for 7 or 8 months with a bloody injury. If it's just that he had to go for an injury, fine. But that was clearly dangerous because he's out for 7 to 8 months. He's having an operation in 2 days or something.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Reckless challenge, shouldn't have done it. Red card, but it wasn't onside.
For me, this is a big problem with VAR, right? Because they ask you not to blow up. I'm seeing a lot of things where it's a clear offside. Everyone watching the game can see that the offside's there, but the player runs through. Someone comes back, they make a tackle, slide tackle. You know, all of these little things are happening when they could blow up the play way before them things happen.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no need. It's actually endangering more people because they're making last-ditch challenges. The keeper's having to come out and slide down at people's feet. And all these things which are quite obvious to us that we can see is a free kick or that's going to get pulled back. You know, it needs to happen a lot sooner than it does. And for me, if VAR is just somebody else's opinion, why are we taking the opinion off the pitch of the referees that now feel like if VAR doesn't buzz them or bleep them or have them in their ear, they don't know whether they're meant to give it or not, or they can't make a decision. So now the decisions are taken out of people's hands on the pitch. And if they don't get that little bell in their ear or the little buzz on their watch or something, they'll just carry on playing as normal. So we're taking all the common sense away from the people that are officiating the game on the pitch to give it to someone that's in an office that's not accountable for it. It seems crazy.
You know, when it's offside, can't the lino just go and check the camera himself?
No, because the lino's got to keep the flag down as well now, don't they?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't get that. I don't get that.
Run over 60, 70 yards, have a shot on goal, and then go offside. Why?
What do you do? The striker always looks across, don't they? Sometimes, you know, like you used to see it, didn't you? They look across.
Yeah.
But now you think like the linesman's there, and you think, oh, it's off. Like now you're like lines. You don't Yeah, it's.
Play to
I
the
think
whistle,
that
that's the idea of it, which I get. Play to the whistle bit's fine. It's not the biggest issue I have by a long way with the changes. Like I thought goal line technology was good, and because it's been working fine, that's the thing. But now with VAR, all they're doing is highlighting the mistakes that they're making. Whereas before, you could put it down to human error. The ref didn't see it, or he got the decision wrong on a day. It goes for you or against you some weeks. But with VAR, we can't accept that because you look at it over and over and over again. You can see it. There's no excuses for missing things, but they still are. So it's fucking.
I think that's the way that it's been introduced. Because the goal line technology is a machine. It is clear cut. They use it in tennis and everything else. Yeah, it's clear cut. If that ball crosses the line by a millimetre, and the whole ball's across the line by a millimetre, that's a machine. Bang! It's 100%.
Yeah, that works.
We're kind of being led to believe that that's what the rest of VAR's like, and that isn't. The rest of VAR is just somebody else going, I think that is a penalty.
It's not a machine, is it? It's not a machine. It's just a
so
camera.
we're back to human error.
Yeah,
why are we taking human error off the pitch?
Has it got to the point now where we're all just saying we'd be just so much better without VAR? Keep the goal line technology. Let it be human error on the field.
I think so.
Add something to it.
It's better. It's better.
I think without VAR, and then just keep some of the elements where, like, let's say you have the monitor at the side of the pitch, the referee can check it. Just the referee, not fucking 3 different people in fucking Wembley Stadium going, yeah, that's do you know what? 3 of us think it's a penalty, but it's the guy on the pitch who could actually fucking decide.
Yeah, I agree.
Just the monitor, like even have the monitor on the corner flag. You and the linesman can look at the monitor, put your hands up if you think it's a fucking penalty, and then if there's fucking 3 of them say, yeah, penalty, straight on.
Do you know what I like about that? I like the fact that it's the referee's decision who's officiating the whole game. I mean, in rugby, it works superbly for me. I love the way it works in rugby. It's very clear cut. People going, he handled it before it starts a knock on, great, we move on. The refs sort of need that in a way because they can't see everything. But in football, it's got to be that man on the pitch. It has to be his decision. It can't be taken away to be 3 other people's decision. That just tells me that they have no confidence on the people on the pitch. Why do they?
I don't remember before we had VAR. I don't remember. I know we'd say, "Oh, that referee's crap," or he's a Man United fan, or anything. I don't remember us ever debating so much, like on a Monday or a Sunday like Sunday afternoon, or after all the games, like debating about the referee decision. I don't remember it to ever be that bad.
Yeah, you could always just chalk it down to the ref just had a shit one, get over it.
Yeah.
What I will say is the ref didn't even spot it either, and on the Van Dijk situation. So VAR and the ref completely missed that. So we got fucked there both ways. You know what I mean?
And with the Mane offside thing as well, Joey. Like, I mean, if Van Dijk stays on the pitch, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. But you feel you would have won that game?
Well, we should have won. Let's be honest. VAR fucked us. Look, yeah, like you said, but yeah, I feel we would have. We would have been better. Look. What was it? Michael Keane scored there first, wasn't it? Yeah, he might have scored still, but he wouldn't have made it look as easy. It was head and shoulders.
Mate, anyone could have saved that. That was just fair, straight up.
Yeah, that's a separate issue. You're
that was really bad.
But look, if he stays on the field, I'm more confident anyway. But look, none of us would be talking about the season being a bit more open now that Van Dijk's out if he wasn't important. Do you know what I mean? He's our most important player.
So who have you got, Joey? You've got Matic, you've got Gomez.
Centre backs. We've got 2.
Yeah, we've got 2 out-and-out centre backs.
Yeah.
That's
it.
Matic, Gomez, Fabinho can fill in there. The rest then.
Yeah, Fabinho plays there, doesn't he, as well?
Gomez is not really in best form at the minute, is he?
And that's it. It feels like all our defenders at the same time, maybe except Robertson.
What about putting Robertson in there, Joe, centre back?
I've never seen him play there ever. I think we'd lose a lot down the wing if we did.
Yeah, you would, but he needs something centre back.
I don't think he's strong enough. He's got a bit of guile. He's very technical. I don't think he's strong enough to be centre back.
He's not.
No, I wouldn't.
Joey,
I wouldn't be confident.
That aside, what did you feel like about the way Liverpool played? Because I mean, again,
I thought we played some good stuff. If you consider we came off the back of a really, really bad result. Thiago looked brilliant. Looked like he was just completely controlling the game.
How did you get him for that money?
That's crazy.
What's going on there? Seriously.
Honestly, he made a 4-yard pass look sexy. It was weird. he did like this quick little shimmy just to pass it 4 yards. I was like, oh, that just amazed me. Yeah, I thought we looked fine defensively again. You know, bad, but we can count that down to not having our first team again. Going forward, looked pretty decent. Could have scored a couple more. Who knows? But so could have Everton, and that's the problem right now. I think the draw, other than the controversy aside, is probably a fair result.
Rodriguez again looked really good as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got quality pass.
What a buy. What a buy.
This is the first year in a long time that the Merseyside derby is really worth watching.
It was so boring before.
I was looking forward to it. I thought I didn't want it just to be one team win. I wanted it like a bit of fight. I didn't want obviously Van Dijk to get injured like he did and all that. But I actually thought it was quite a good game. Like Everton, it weren't just one player at Everton. I thought Alan, I thought they give a good account.
Alan was quality, wasn't he, yesterday?
Yeah.
He's a good player. Good player.
Yeah.
Up until the red card was unreal as well, but obviously he's fucked.
Yeah.
With the challenge he did,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Ricarlison's out for a couple of games now. You imagine if like Rodriguez gets injured or Calvert-Lewin, they're going to be.
Calvert-Lewin looks good again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A couple of injuries to them.
He's jumping like Ronaldo, doesn't he, with his headers?
Oh my god, I know.
What do you feel like, Joe, for the season now? Did you reckon?
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm just a bit
it's
upset.
a massive blow.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's. Again, just because of the justice of it, there's none for us whatsoever. It's just, and not to any of our own doing. That's what I think makes it worse. So I'm a bit down, but I still think we've got a good enough squad. Everyone's letting goals in, so I think as long as we outscore the other team, we should be fine. Yeah. I know that's obvious, but
kind of weird.
I think we have the quality to do that off the top.
Yeah.
I think Adrian was another reason why he conceded as well a lot today.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before.
You like
the Villa game that it's just.
So Liverpool still winning the league, Joe, in your eyes?
I think any of the top six can at this stage. It's just too unpredictable. Not the top six as it stands, but the top six teams. Yeah. Whereas before the season, I think we all had a feeling it would be either a City or Liverpool.
I don't know about United, but anyone else, yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham give it a really good go this year as well. And Chelsea.
Nah, no chance, Joe. 10th, mate. Like I said, 10th, 100%. Nah, 6th, I reckon.
Dino, how does that 6-1 result feel now?
Yeah, don't mean nothing at all, Kevin. Nothing means nothing.
Exactly said the same.
Means nothing.
It counts for nothing.
I'd rather have lost to you and beat Newcastle and West Ham. Do you know what I mean? Pointless.
Well, not really. You got a point today, but.
All right, let's move on to Chelsea then, shall we? Let's move on to Chelsea.
All right, let's talk about the disaster.
Come on then.
You know what? I always say I'm still pretty.
I'm going to get the popcorn.
I'm still pretty buoyant. I don't really think. Well, we have the best player and striker in the world at the moment playing against us. It's hard with Danny Ings. He looked sharp as sharp. I mean, I enjoyed the game, to be honest with you. It was end to end. Some of the passage of play we put together was beautiful to watch, but it is frustrating when the one element of your team that and everyone else knows there's a problem there doesn't really get addressed. Or if it does, it gets addressed with Christensen over Tomori, or decisions like that. I don't quite understand. He was looking to send Tomori out on loan, and I look at it and I think he could do a job for us, 100%. He always looks good when he plays. I love the way he plays his aggression. He's always trying to pass the ball out. He's got speed. I don't understand why he's not getting in that team.
Why does he pick Christensen? Why does he pick Christensen? Why does he? What is it? Because I've never really. I've always.
He looked really good when he went on loan to Mönchengladbach. He looked brilliant. Yeah. Honestly, he was like standout every week. And I was thinking when he comes back, he's going to be great. He's going to come back. He's going to slot in and that. And every now and again, he does look like a decent defender. And I'm sure there's a good defender in there, but I don't feel confident. But like Dean says about Sanchez, when I see Christensen now, I think, is this going to be one of them games where he tries to pass and passes to someone 2 yards away and they run through and score? Is it going to be that I don't feel like with Tomori, I don't feel like he makes those mistakes. He's a bit more old school, whereas he'll just smash it out. And not that I want to play like that, but sometimes I'd rather you smash it out and move up 20 yards on a pitch and start again than try and play every single ball as a pretty ball.
You think that maybe we were spoiled by centre-backs growing up with watching the centre-backs that we did, and we've obviously got high expectations because there aren't really many centre-backs around now that are faultless like they used to be, or they had a mistake in them, but very rarely. Like, it's coming more and more fucking...
I don't think it's...
Could it also be the art of defending is going out?
I think it's the style of football. It's the style of football that we are now playing that, if you like, has come from Spain winning everything. That's where it's come from. It's come from the youth setups all wanting to play like Spain.
Yeah, that's true.
The only country that I can honestly say is a mixture of all of them is Germany. You know, you have your pacey players, you have your skillful players, you have your tiki-taka, but they always seem to have a really nice blend of different styles of the way they play. You know, if one way doesn't work, then they don't mind knocking a 40, 50-yard ball over the top diagonal and playing like that. They'll play to whatever the situation is. They don't say, right, this is our philosophy and we'll only ever play like pass the ball on the floor. But I think that's drilled into kids at a young age now that you have to be a centre-back that plays the ball. You have to be as comfortable.
Yeah, I think coaches want you to play like if it was a 7-a-side pitch.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
That's why we don't see the John Terrys, the Tony Adams. You know, that's why we're not seeing.
It wouldn't fit in, would it? They wouldn't fit in. It wouldn't work.
I think they would, but they would say, "Oh, we've got to have someone really quick and technical next year," rather than having two powerhouses like a Steve Bold and Tony Adams. Right, great partnership. Yeah, they were just animals in the air, on the floor. They get the ball and they give it to someone else. They do the simple thing really well. They tackle, win the ball, give it. Tackle, win the ball, give it. They didn't want to try and play it out. They didn't try and want to knock it to the keeper, give it back, knock it. They didn't need to. They were good enough at what they did to just win the ball, set someone else on their way.
Yeah, I do get that.
Where was Silva?
On the bench, really.
I was a bit out of the loop, man, this weekend. I don't really know what's going on.
Kenny, did you watch Werner play? Did you see his goals?
That is,
yeah, man. Yeah,
He
nice.
looked good.
That's the best thing, though, Dean. You have to admit that. He hasn't.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Was it Christensen and Silva that played together?
Weren't Silva, was it?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Silva didn't play. He weren't even. He didn't start anyway.
He didn't.
Injured or something.
No, I don't think he did.
I didn't watch the game because it was on that pay-per-view.
Zuma started with him.
Fucking
Zuma. Sorry, yeah, it was Zuma and Christensen.
Yeah.
What's that of him? Why did he not start?
I don't know. I wonder whether he didn't pick him because of the type of players he was playing against, with the speed of him and things like that. Maybe he didn't want him to get caught out.
It wasn't even on the bench.
The best when Silva played. What the fuck? That's a bad decision, isn't it? If he's fit, dropping him's a fucking mistake. No, especially now.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I like the way he plays. I think he's just really clever. Uses the space on the pitch really well. You know, his touch is quality.
And what he does to everyone around him as well. He's key. That's the best performance you looked, is when Silva started. He was like your captain for the game. And that was the best you've looked.
Is he retired from Brazil?
I don't actually know.
Because if he played for Brazil, that could have played a part in it. Coming back from, South America and stuff.
Yeah, being 58 or however old he is.
Yeah.
Like I think the signings that Chelsea made with Werner and Havertz paid off, but like the defense just kind of let you down a little bit.
I think it's the same thing as like Dean was saying about Kane. You've got someone that's given 110%, and you can clearly see they're busting a gut, but the players around them are letting them down with silly. I mean, I don't know if you saw the Kepa mistake. I don't know why. I don't know why he's not in goal. To be honest with you, I've had my patience with Kepa. I've kept it with him and thought, no, he'll be all right. He'll come good. Keepers make mistakes now, but some of the shots he doesn't even dive for, and I'm like, you're a goalkeeper. At least put.
Have you still got Caballero as your third choice? I'd play him over Kepa.
Yeah, I'll play him over Kepa.
I don't understand why Mendy's not playing. When I watched him the other week, I thought he looked good. He looked comfortable.
He's injured. He got injured on international duty, didn't he?
Motherfucker.
Typical international duty.
Yeah.
That international duty shouldn't have come. That 2 weeks in international, that should not have happened.
Kepa played for Spain, didn't he?
That's pointless.
Kepa played for Spain, looked really comfortable, looked all right, looked absolutely fine. And he comes in at, I mean, to be fair, Zuma, it's a bad back pass. You see it, it's a bad back yards. It's gone like 8. So he's come running onto it. Kepa's come out, and instead of Kepa got there first. Instead of dealing with it, he's got one leg outstretched. He's gone down with his hand, completely missed the ball. He's what's his name? Che Adams run past him, so Kepa's got back. He's managed to slide in front of the post where the goal is, touch the ball, but not put it out for a corner. He's come back. Che Adams has come back to the 6-yard line and just drilled it home. I'm like, 3 fucking errors in a space of 10 seconds there. Like,
I enjoyed that also.
You think it would have been a bit better, wouldn't you? You'd think, well, look, we know he's not in the best confidence. You think, I won't pass it to him, but he's still...
I don't even mind that. The fact that Kepa got back, I thought was... And even though for the shot, he actually dived, and he only just missed the shot when he dived. So his alertness, his sharpness, brilliant. Happy with that.
Yeah.
When you go back and make the second challenge, fucking put that ball out of play.
Yeah.
You're sliding at your near post. The only thing you want to do is make sure that doesn't come back into play, surely.
Yeah.
It started before that. I know it was a weak back pass, but he hesitated, man. Kepa was the favourite to win that ball.
Oh, all day long. Yeah, Che Adams, he's gone for it, but he's just going for it hoping that he's going to make a mistake. He's not going for thinking, I'm actually going to win this.
Well, it's Kepa, isn't it? You might as well fucking gamble.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't play him. I don't think it's about learning lessons or any of that shit now. I think now you've got to say, you're not our number one now. It's not working like that.
You know what? If an unconfident striker comes into a game and they know there's a bad keeper on goal, all of a sudden he's a confident striker.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's the exact same with Adrian at Liverpool. It feels that, like, if the fans were in the stadium as well, they'd be like, and that puts you on edge as a team.
Yeah.
Even if there's no fans.
Joe, he's really bad though. Surely you play your reserve. I don't get why Klopp's not done nothing yet, because he's really bad.
It's horrendous, man. It really is. It's...
Caballero would have actually just played a whole lot better than Kepa, and his game is a bit more kind of, look, I'm gonna go right in for a fucking save. That's his.
Do you think it's too politics in it, Paul? Do you think it's just politics though? Do you think it's the fact that we paid 70 million for him, and if we're playing Caballero over him, then his price is going to drop to ridiculous now. He's going to see that we've got absolutely no confidence in him.
Wasn't there talk about them Chelsea trying to be careful with the with Kepa's mental state, because
there's another thing we talked about.
I understand, which is not easy, but I think that's what they were saying.
Here we go.
Why are you bringing this up again, man?
Here we go.
Right. Anyway, but yeah,
help me! I'm on £200,000 a week. Somebody help me, please. Fucking hell.
But what did Liverpool do with Karius when he was absolute dog shit?
Got rid straight away.
Fucked him off. Yeah.
He's still a Liverpool player.
Is he really? Is he on loan?
Yeah, I just think he's on loan. I think, yeah.
Get him in, Joe. Get him in.
I'd actually prefer him to Adrian. I really would.
Where is he?
I have no faith in Adrian whatsoever. Karius is dog shite as well, but at least he can do a decent save.
I think his loan's gone bad as well, hasn't it? I think he's fucked up a few times.
Yeah, he went to Besiktas, a pretty shit league to be fair.
Yeah.
And they didn't even want him, so I think that shows you where his quality is.
Yeah.
Shit, like.
But again, positives. Kai Havertz always looks good. Timo Werner, I mean, I don't know if you see his goals. He scored one that was
that second goal was lush, and then he set up the third goal as well, didn't he?
He was sharp. He was really sharp. I mean, Pulisic, he come on. He looked really good. He set Timo on his way, and then for the third goal and that. So some really. I just think going forward, we're brilliant. We look brilliant. We look.
Reminds me of another version of Aguero. Werner. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm trying to think the other day who he actually reminds me of, and I think it's like a Miroslav Klose, that sort of striker where. A lot of the time, I don't think he's going to get to it or get. He just always seems to get there. He's got that class. Though. He lobbed it over the keeper's head and headed it.
Mate, lethal.
But you said this was going to happen, Woody, didn't you? You said basically you're going to be scoring a lot, but it's your defence is going to let you down, and you said that. And to be fair, that game showed it exactly that.
Well, I see Charlie Fry today. I went and watched a bit of Sunday football. I see Charlie. I think he asked the question, "Do you think Lampard's the right man?" And to be honest with you, I still think he's the right man to do the job. I just think that when you have, I don't know if he's strong enough to make the decisions that you need to make. Like he needs to find, like Timo Werner hit the nail on the head after the game, saying in Germany we have a saying, titles are won with defences. Defences win your titles.
Yeah,
and that's what every good team basically you base your defence first. You start from the foundation. You're building a house, you make sure the footings are right, yeah? You don't fucking throw everything up and they go, oh shit, we ain't put enough concrete in there. It don't work like that. So you got to address it. You got to find, right, I want 2 powerful centre backs. I want 2 wingers that are going to bomb up and down the road. You've got to get your system set. And I just keep looking at you thinking, I feel like he knows where he's going from the midfield onwards. But at the back four, I mean, I don't even know who the defensive coaches are at Chelsea, because it doesn't seem like anyone's doing any defensive work.
Do you think Abramovich will give him time, sort of like Liverpool gave Klopp time because we were brilliant at attacking but shoddy at defending? Then after the season,
I actually think he's getting this season, and if he doesn't perform this season, he'll find someone else. Because that's
what is perform? Because you spent around 200 million.
Yeah, what is it? Share that between two seasons.
Let's get top 4.
Perform is Champions League minimum for me. You have to get Champions League. And if he doesn't achieve Champions League with that team, I think that alarm bells should ring for everybody to say that somebody else slightly more organised. I've read another article today that someone was saying, why is Lampard still there? Sarri and Conte left him a great set of defenders that play out from the back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just thinking, I don't know who wrote the article, but what a load of shit. We was playing fucking terrible them last few weeks or months under Conte, and the same with Sarri.
Sarri's terrible. I don't rate Sarri at all.
We was giving up 70% possession at home with Conte at home, and I mean we won games and stuff like that. But I can go to Stamford Bridge and sit there and watch fucking Burnley have 70% possession and watch trying to hit them on a counter attack. What is that? Come on.
I remember with Sarri, it used to be that whenever your subs come out, it was exactly the same substitutions every single game, weren't it? It was Ross Barkley for literally those two all the time. It was the same.
For left back, you're 3-0 down. You've got 20 minutes to go. Left back for left back. Right midfield for right midfield. Like what is going on in your head? Don't try and save a 3-0 or whatever. Just fucking go for it.
Didn't Zola say it a couple of months ago? He said, when we were in training, even the players, and I was getting confused with what we wanted them, and I'm the assistant manager. I was the assistant manager. I mean, that's bad, isn't it? I mean, you know.
What do we think about the Arsenal City game?
Well, I thought it was wonderful. I had a great time.
I think it's a statement for Arsenal. I think Arsenal put a good statement to say that, look, we are actually here to play. We're in it, we've bought a couple of decent players. We want to be in that top 4 again. I did say to Kenny, I was on a group, this is it for me. It's an underperforming City team with injuries. If they're going to make a statement, now's the time they've got to make that statement.
If we was ever going to beat them, it would have been this week, wouldn't it? That's the thing.
And you weren't a million miles away, Kenny. You weren't.
We had our chances. We had good chances as well. We just didn't fucking take them. Like we've been lucky because we've been playing like this, and we got our chances like 1 or 2, and we were taking them, and then it hides the result. But I don't know. We weren't. I mean, Aubameyang was fucking shit, man. He's been well slow this season. Like he's just not getting into it yet. I was pissed.
Has he scored in the Premier League yet?
Stronger for you when he came on.
What's that?
I thought Lacazette was stronger when he came on.
He was playing like centre mid when he?
When he first come on, I don't know what happened there. He was sitting in the fucking centre circle, wasn't he? But I mean, we were in our own half the whole game pretty much, weren't we? We only came out to counter attack really, so taking up position early.
Again, though, I was impressed with Sacco. Really impressed with Sacco.
Saka,
yeah. Oh, he looks good, man.
Yeah, he was quality, man. He was good.
I actually enjoyed the defence a whole lot more. It was actually a very kind of mature defence kind of setup. I think without Mendy, there was less mistakes in the left. I think Ake was playing kind of left back for some of the match. Cancelo was playing left back for some of the match. Cancelo was everywhere. He was right back at some points. I think he was kind of pivoting as a defensive midfielder.
He was covering Kyle Walker, wasn't he? Because wherever Aubameyang, when he drifted inside, Kyle Walker just followed him.
I thought Kyle Walker was awesome. Yes.
I did. I thought he was amazing.
Well.
Yeah.
He was
He ain't played that while, and he ain't played that good in a while, Kyle Walker. He was really good yesterday.
When he plays like that, he looks different gravy, doesn't he? He just looks like a different level. He looks like he's never going to lose the ball. Get on the end of everything. Put straight balls in the box.
Yeah.
That's interesting because they're both really pacey players, Walker and Aubameyang. I asked you, Kenny, would you have preferred Aubameyang in the centre yesterday? So
I
he's
did.
not up against.
I've been wanting that the whole time, and he was for a lot of it. But they were all trading places, all three of them up there. And I think that was the idea, especially when they clocked that Kyle Walker was just following Aubameyang, because we're going to play counter attack and we're going to knock it over the top for Aubameyang to run onto. That's just the way Guardiola identified that. Said to Kyle Walker, because they're about as I don't know, maybe they're about as quick as each other, but Kyle Walker runs with fucking intent, man. He runs.
Yeah,
Kyle
he's a
Walker's
powerful
quicker.
runner,
Kyle Walker's quicker.
He's a powerful runner, and that's
Yeah.
a big difference. And he had Aubameyang for breakfast, man. Aubameyang couldn't get around him, couldn't get anywhere near him. Saka had the best chance. Like when Aubameyang did drift off and take Kyle Walker with him, a bit of space, and that's when Saka was sort of cutting inside and doing his thing.
Pepe played, Kenny.
And then two really good saves by Edison.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Pepe started, yeah.
What was he like? Was he getting that?
William.
Yeah, looked right.
Hard to say, really. The front three, all of them were, I don't know, none of them had the best game. I mean, it's hard, really, when you play that setup. And
you had the right formation, Ken?
Yeah, I do, because we've gone there. We'd lose 4-5-0 before there. Like, it's fucking, we always get pounded by City. And even the stats after the game, it was a lot more like it. Like, you don't mind going to the Etihad and losing. Like, that's one of the games you sort of chalk off early on. That's fine. But you don't want to get battered 4-5-6-0. That's just not... 1-0 Etihad, that's fine, man. We were in it. We created chances.
It was a close game, though, weren't it?
Should have had a penalty.
Yeah.
Should have had a fucking penalty.
Yeah.
Walker, like, he did the same thing with England, and he conceded a penalty against, was it Denmark?
Yeah.
He conceded a silly penalty. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, look, we're gonna concede kind of from this penalty. It's gonna be 1-1, but like the air wasn't there.
It's quite Joe.
Look at it.
Like, VAR had the weekend off, I think, didn't they? In general,
because I benefited from it, but at the end of the day,
got his hands up on that.
Kyle Walker, he was a Karate Kid mode, like, you know. That's it.
Yeah.
I
weren't even mad though, Paul, by that stage, because if we play like that, a part of me, and I know it's weird, a part of me wants us to lose, because I'm like, you don't fucking deserve to walk away from me with a point today. Even though we set up that way and we played defense, we didn't take our chances. We didn't do enough. Aubameyang wasn't the captain's performance that I expect from him, or any captain for that matter. So I weren't raging too much about that. It would have been nice in hindsight. Now I've calmed down, get a penalty, get a point, but fuck it, man. It is what it is, and we didn't deserve a point.
Talking point that I'm interested in: Aguero putting his arm around the woman Lino.
No, I heard about that. I didn't see it.
Me,
I heard about
I
it.
watched it as it happened. I just thought absolutely nothing of it. It's the sort of thing that he would do to a geezer referee. Come on, mate. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And she just sort of brushed it off. Sort of, yeah, whatever. Just carried on. But you know what? I knew as soon as I saw it that was going to blow. I thought the media are going to fucking have that for breakfast.
What happened then, Wood? Was he offside or something?
Basically, I think it was a throw-in, or she gave a throw, whatever it was, and he was like, "Oh, you know, it was a throw-in, or whatever it was," and he's saying something to her, and then like as she's sort of walking up the line, he just put his arm around her on her other shoulder, was like, you know, just talking or just.
It wasn't aggressive, was it?
No, it wasn't aggressive. You know, just like a come on, blah blah blah.
There was a couple of women on Twitter that said, I haven't got a problem with this, because the problem is you're making this about making women equal and all this. This makes it equal, because if it was done to a guy, no one would have said a word. This is the problem. Like, you get aggressive, start making a big thing out of it. And they said, if this was a guy, like, if it literally was if that was a male linesman, nothing would be said. But you're trying to make something. If she looked uncomfortable, it wasn't aggressive, like you say. He literally just was talking to her, weren't he?
Yeah, but he wouldn't have done it if it was a male. If it was a man, he wouldn't have touched him like that. It was, if anything, it was fucking patronising. He was like, "Come on."
I've seen loads of people do that to.
Yeah, surely.
I felt like he was treating her like a dumb bird there. That's the only thing that I thought she might get pissed off about, or that it might blow up about, is the fact that it's sort of demeaning because he's treating her like that. Because
you know what? If you go back, Kenny, and look at footage of stuff, you'll see a million times when players have done that to men, like male referees, and just, oh, come on, man. You know, you see loads of them. But the only reason it's been made like that, it's because it's a woman. Like it's like it's patronising. Why is that
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can recall anyone ever touching a linesman. I don't think
no one ever you've never seen anyone put an arm around a lino.
No, not that I can recall. Nah, but then
I bet you it just hasn't been highlighted because
in it loads,
not a woman.
loads of times.
Yeah,
just
maybe.
watching live games and it happened.
yeah, maybe it might just be like stuck in my head because it was a woman. I don't know, but that was the
Yeah.
first thing I thought. I was like, they ain't gonna like this.
no, I'm with you on that. I've never noticed it before, but
You don't remember John Biswell, Kenny, with a linesman stick? You bastard.
Bizzle.
That's the only liner I've ever seen get a red card. I think
Yeah. Jabbing their players and that with his lino stick.
that was our debut for them as well, wasn't it? That week.
Yeah, but it might have been.
Was that Naked Athletic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was there. Joey and Woody
Yeah.
were both
yeah, I was there as well. Yeah.
Joey
What
did play
team?
Naked Athletic. Joey
Yeah,
played.
Joe did first season, right back.
Yeah.
Was I there first season?
I don't know.
Think so.
I don't know. You were there when we turned up. Anyway, me and Dean came sort of halfway through, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have been then.
Great
Yeah, you
team.
probably
Mate.
were.
Yeah, it was a decent team to be fair.
Yeah.
Do you remember how we got fucked over for not winning the league in the last second of the game? That fucking Enzo.
It's a shit. Yeah, Enzo handballed it.
Because we would have won the league, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He had that free kick set up while I slid it to
Yeah. Oh, my God, remember that?
Even the linesman was saying he handballed it, and the ref went and spoke to him, and the ref
Yeah.
fucking word he said.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Was that Div 1 as well? Was that top division?
That was Div 2.
Did too. That was, yeah.
You know, I remember that because I've got players player of the year for the league Division 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what player of the whole league?
Yeah, for Division 2.
Oh, on top goal scorer of the league. Top goal scorer,
Yeah, your
47.
name is not in the handbooks, mate. So
Top goal scorer in all leagues. Me and Tom Elliott joined 47 each. Fucking hell.
You've got to be scoring more than that at this level.
No,
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, exactly, Kenny.
Anyway, should we get back to what the fuck we were talking about? What was we
Yeah.
talking about?
Massive.
I think Sterling's goal major part was having Aguero back. There was a bit more freedom up front. I think having Bernardo Silva back fit was another
He
big
was good,
plus.
wasn't he? Yeah, Bernardo Silva was quality.
And
Oh,
I think
you're so lucky to have Sterling because he's just there week in. He never gets injured. He's just there week in, week out, and he just does it, doesn't he?
and the thing is, like, he's when Aguero was out injured, he was there as a striker and
Yeah.
scoring goals. And then when Aguero's back, they work together like seamlessly.
Yeah.
I-
Always gives 100%. You wouldn't want to be marking him, would you? No one would be.
Proper live wire, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
It
happy
goes
then?
from 0 to 100 in a second.
Oh, was you happy overall with the performance then? Like,
I was happy defensively. The setup looked fairly kind of composed, and that's something that we've been lacking. Like, is a composed defense.
did you feel like it was an easy game? Did you feel like it was always in control? We won.
Like I thought, like we took the goal kind of early, 20 minutes in, and then for the rest of the match we just kind of went, look.
Statistically, there isn't much in it at all.
Yeah, there wasn't much in the second half. It was just very defensive. But I enjoyed seeing that because having our defence be all over the place for the last season and a half, it looked good. It looked promising.
Sorry, mate. Maybe I'm not being clear. I'm after a compliment for Arsenal. How did we look?
Well, like, to be
Third time
honest,
I'm asking, man. Tell me something good.
well, you kept us out of playing our own game as well. Like you compressed us for the entire second half.
We did
You
do
could,
Yeah.
like, you didn't have the chances. You did.
I love how he sips the cup like it's a victory.
No, I must admit.
Joe, hear him
coming
out. You might learn something. Go on, Paul.
from-
Sorry.
I'm giving you a compliment. I'm a Tottenham fan, you idiot.
Sorry, Dave. What was you saying, mate? Can we listen to 2 minutes?
No, I thought Arsenal looked good, mate. I thought they looked well trained. They looked like an actual manager. Do you know what I mean? You compare that to United, where they're clueless, they're headless chickens. Arsenal players, they knew exactly what everyone had to do. It looked like they'd been well trained, and I
Nice to
thought
see,
Arsenal looked
man.
well.
So
And the
nice.
way they were enticing Man City on, and they could all, I was thinking Man City going to catch them out here, but you just kept passing it around him, and you got through the press.
That's
You know
not
what?
I thought Arsenal looked
He should
good.
have done that though, because he knows all Guardiola's tactics. So if anyone's in the best position to counteract the stuff he knows he's going to do, Arteta's the man, surely.
I just think the Arsenal players look more well trained than the players at United or whatever. I just think he's a better manager.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'll tell you what.
Hey,
Though,
bit of sorry, yeah, go on, Kenny, go on.
well, I just want to know how would things have gone. Like, I know we're complimenting Arsenal for only losing 1-0, which at this stage I think is fine. I think that's fine. That's progress for us, like compared to how it's gone.
I think you've
If
progressed.
we're honest with ourselves, if they had a fit Aguero and De Bruyne, I mean that could go 2-3 pretty early, and then it could have been the same fucking.
Yeah.
You know, or are we much better? Job?
But,
Yeah, but City is City, isn't they?
Yeah. Who knows? It could have been like that. They could have upped the order. You know, you could have pushed you a little bit more if them players were.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You could have broke his ACL, you know. got on with the game.
I actually think, to be fair, I actually think Arsenal. I think that even though you lost 1-0, I think it proves that you've come on quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like you say, because you'd expect to go there and just get smashed, wouldn't you? And it would just be a moral, you know, it'd just be defeating. But I actually think
nothing's changed, wouldn't it? It'd be like nothing's changed.
No, but I actually think you can take a lot from. But I think it was quite equal game. You know, It weren't like you were overrunning attack. Like, do you mean your defense? I mean, Gabriel, I think he's, you know, I mean, once you get partly playing, obviously it'd be ideal if Aubameyang was banging in, but then, you know, Lacazette comes in and probably steps up a bit more.
What's going to be the formation if Partey comes in? Who's he coming in for? You still going to play just a free in midfield?
Yeah, what's your starting 11, Kenny? You're starting power 11.
I think he'll keep it the same. I think the formation will be the same, but I think he'll come in for maybe Xhaka, because then Ceballos, it gives him a free role, and
Xhaka's got to start for me. Xhaka's got to start for me.
Yeah, but why? He's doing that role that Partey's doing. He's doing all right.
No, because Xhaka's doing it really well now. The last year or so, he's looked a lot better. And for me, I don't know.
He's going to be the man. He's going to be the man in midfield.
Did you not see him start, Kenny?
What, mate?
Did you not see him start?
No, I get it, man. I get it. Like, because as much he's a better player than what we've got in the centre in midfield, and it's easy to go, chuck him in there, but it's not. The way Arteta's playing, the way we're setting up, it's not about that. Like, I noticed
he should start as Dean says. He should just hit the ground running. You know,
it's not even that. I don't think he needs time to settle in or adapt to anything.
He can, though, Kev. He's the sort of player that can. He come from Atletico Madrid.
Yes, listen, it's not about
he's
that.
fit as a fiddle.
It's not about that. It's about the way I noticed that players, when they were caught out of position yesterday, other players were tucking in. Like, there's a defensive shaped template that Arteta has made every single player in that team learn, and they all fall into it. It doesn't matter the personnel, the shape's the same. Because as soon as Partey came on, he drifted out wide and followed the ball to the left, and there was a hole right in front of the defence, and they nearly got through and scored. And it's like, he's as good as Partey is, he still needs to know where he's got to be for us anyway, and when. And if someone else is out, what his role. There's a lot more going on at Arsenal now, rather than that's your position.
Who's your three centre mids then?
We play with two. We play with two.
You play with two.
Because we've got 3 centre backs at the moment, haven't we?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So until we get a grip back there and figure that out, that's how it's going to be. Which is why I say Xhaka's going to have to be the one to come out, because you can't have Xhaka and Partey there, because you need somebody to break through and
especially if Aubameyang's not pulling his weight, you'd lose, wouldn't you? You know, if Aubameyang's not pulling it up there, you could. If Aubameyang was playing like Harry Kane, you could get away with 2 defensive sort of players like that. But because you need that up the top, you can't, can you? So
it's always good to have a creative midfielder anyway. It's so good having 2 wingers, an attacker, and then everyone else is defensive. You need someone in there.
Yeah.
And I think with Partey coming in, Ceballos will become a better player for it, because it will free him up a little bit. He's better in their half of the pitch, but unfortunately, you never see it.
Don't you think that's going to make your wide men have to play pretty deep all the time? Because he's used to playing in a 4-4-2 for Simeone. So for him now to be in a 3 in the midfield, well, technically 5, however you want to call it, you played 4-3-3, didn't you?
Yeah, two centre midfielders ultimately. So it'll be, I mean, it will be a change of system for him, but...
And the top players can change it, don't get me wrong. They're used to different formations, but I'm wondering whether is it the case of, we look at all these players and then we buy them? Like a lot of Man United players did the same. You buy them, you put them in the Man United system, which is not what the system they just come from. And people are going, why aren't they playing out their skin? Why is he not a dominant midfielder? Why is he not this? Because he's not playing the same system that he's played for the last 4 years under that manager. I'm just wondering.
Like you said, you said about Simeone's system, and that's the team he's been playing in. I think Arteta's trying to emulate that to some extent.
Yeah,
he wants us to
I
be
agree.
hard to beat. He wants us to
I
be
agree.
rigid and structured, and that's what we're doing. So I think Thomas Partey just needs to pick up on where he's got to be and when, and the transition and the change of play when we get the ball back. As soon as he learns all that, he'll be starting every week. I mean, we'll have to see how he gets on, but I think he's got. I don't think he'll struggle, man. I think he's got the attributes where he's just gonna be fucking flying. That's what I'm hoping.
Next game. Who's your next game?
Next game is. Let me have a look. Actually, I can't remember. Does anyone know?
I'll have it there.
You have Leicester next, which they're currently drawing Aston Villa, so you could get.
That's gotta be a Leicester win. That's gotta be.
I don't know. We're at home, man, and we should be right against Leicester. I think.
Oh, Sky box office, Kenny. You paying £15?
I'll find it somewhere else, mate. Don't worry about that.
Fucking rip off.
Yeah, please don't anyone pay for that, because I know they say it's a temporary thing, but if people pay for it, they'll think, sweet, we can carry this on.
But like, if they carry it on, it mightn't be the games like Aston Villa against Leeds or something like that. It might be Liverpool against Everton. You have to do a pay-per-view for those games.
Yeah, that's
And
what
Villa just scored against Leicester.
Fucking Aston Villa, man. When are we going to start
Wow.
saying seriously?
Never.
But let's go on to United. They seem to have a bit of a good weekend, have they?
Kev's face straight away went, yeah. Let's talk United.
Well, when it first started, to be fair, seeing the lineup, I was a bit like, well, because Newcastle seem to always up their game against us. They just love scoring, and obviously, to be fair, their signings, Wilson, I like him. I think he's, they've been needing a striker like that for a long time. And as it started, Luke Shaw, oh my God. And I was a bit like, here we go. Literally, what was it, a couple of minutes into it? Was it even probably 2 minutes, I think. And I was just like,
that was an even better finish than today's.
Goal. And I was just like, because the thing was, I understand he didn't intentionally do it, but he weren't even like trying to kick it out, like giving like a corner or something. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, and then obviously De Gea was a bit like not expecting it to go there. And I was just like, what are you doing? But fair play to them. They got back into it. It weren't like, to be fair, once Donny van der Beek come on, and that was quite far into the game, he seemed to really, he sort of give us a kick up. Like Mata just showed that he's a little magician. Yeah, he ain't got the pace, but I really like Mata. He still can do a job.
Hey, Chelsea Player of the Year, 2 years on the trot, and we sold him for 40 million. I was pissed off when we sold him to you.
Yeah.
I really was, because he is a class player.
I would have loved to seen Mata under Ferguson, because he would have used, Moyes didn't really, it weren't Moyes buying him, was it? It was probably Ed Woodward, but when, I would have loved Mata. Ferguson would have got him literally just behind the strikers. Literally, he would have been doing what he was doing at Chelsea. He was
played to his strengths. He wasn't asked to go and cover loads of ground.
No.
He was just asked to be the little playmaker in the little gaps and holes everywhere.
But he, Mata, I always like, I'm never disappointed with Mata. I don't like it when it's all put on Mata, because I think he can't do it all, running up the wing. He's not a right wing or anything, but I thought he was good. I liked Fernandes, how he demands so much from his teammates. I love it. You see him, and you think, he's fucking moaning again. But we ain't had players like that for ages. Like, someone that's demanding, bitching at anyone. I don't give a crap how much you are. He's bitching at you, and it's like, good. That's right. It's what you want,
I like seeing him and Mata, because they're
they're just
the way they think, and their little reverse passes and their little bits of movement. They're on the same wavelength, and they're making other people around them start to think a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I liked it that Pogba was on the bench. I thought, right, but I would have rather Van der Beek start, to be fair.
Why is he not starting? Honestly, you made a great point in the WhatsApp group. It drives me insane. I watch that geezer, and everything I see what he does, I think is class.
Yeah.
his little touches, his speed of his movement, his turn, all the little basic things are really, really good. Why the fuck is he not starting in that midfield?
He needs to be playing because he seems to have this understanding, like a bit like how the Mata and Fernandes have sort of linked up, how those two play together. But he seems to do that with everyone, like Van der Beek. He just, I don't know, he comes on and he just, so, I know it's like the whole new player and he's a sub and everything, but he comes on and he just makes such a difference.
Yeah,
and
plays great passes as well.
Yeah,
He's got a great
and he's just always going. You know, I really like, you know, how he does it. I thought Fred was good yesterday. Pogba come on, did all right, but you know, he's sort of come on for the cameo. But you know, Maguire, I'm glad that Maguire sort of just because it's that thing everyone's saying, oh, he should be dropped. And I think you've got to be careful with just drop. It's all right for us to say it as fans, drop him and all this, but you've got to be careful how you do things. Some players take being dropped, some players can go the other way, but he did all right. Sure, okay, I want to get that Telly's playing because I think
Why didn't he drop Maguire though, Kev? Because you haven't got anyone else who can play.
No, basically, we can't. I mean,
I know he said Ollie said I spoke to him. And he said he wanted to play and all that lot. I mean, that's a smokescreen for we've got nobody else to put.
Where's Matic? If Matic is fit, I bet he'd do a fucking well good job at centre back.
No, he's too slow, isn't he?
Too slow.
Do you know what? I don't think
quick.
he would play there. I don't think he's that team player that would go, yeah, I'll slot him there. I think he'd be like, I'm not a centre back. Don't put me at centre back.
No, I think
Talk to Solskjaer like that, would he? Wouldn't talk to fucking a proper manager that way.
Yeah, I know he wouldn't talk to you like that, but
You fucking hate Solskjaer.
I know he hates him, doesn't he?
Like the new players, Tellez and Cavani.
To be right, like yesterday, I mean, I thought Rashford was good. Rashford was getting on. Like, do you know what? Sometimes I think Rashford plays better when Martial's not playing, because I find sometimes, obviously, Martial just isn't consistent. I mean, he was a bit better last season, but he isn't consistent as much. But I always find sometimes Martial, I don't know, it's as if they both want to play on the left. They both say they want to be the out-and-out striker. They're not strikers. They're this, you know, the sort of attacking midfielder that's sort of. But yesterday, I thought, do you know what? Seeing how we played, even though we won, how we convinced you we did in the end, I thought Cavani in that middle there yesterday, he would have been awesome. I mean, I can't, you know, Cavani getting those balls in the, you know, literally being a striker. You know, I think he would have got a few goals yesterday. And I was like, oh, we still got Cavani. He'd be awesome, you know, in this game. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think I wasn't getting overhyped that we won. It was a good, you know, we played well towards the end. We stuck at it, but you know, I think as we said this season, you can't. I mean, you know, next game. It could be completely.
You don't think it could be the performance that gives you a bit of a kickstart?
I'd like to think so, but I didn't think, oh, we'll lose this game and Solskjaer will be sacked. I think it's going to take a few results for us to be. I mean, to be fair, do you know the annoying thing is now? I'm not saying that Liverpool's title challenge is over because of Van Dijk, but I think it's a massive blow. And Man City, you'd think any other time you'd go, right, they're going to go on and steamroll it now, but they're a bit inconsistent with their defence.
You know what? I looked at them. Where are Man City now? What are they on? 7 points? 8 points?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
You wait. They win the next couple of games, mate. They'll be right up there again.
Well, Everton still ain't lost, have they?
I think Man City will kick on. I actually do think they're going to kick on now. Next two.
Villa's the only team with a 100% record.
And Everton. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, Sevilla they're the ones that have won, but Everton haven't lost, have they? So
No.
You just say Seville.
Yeah, I think it's Sevilla.
Did I? Sorry.
Say we've got them next. Don't fucking tell me they've got a 100% record.
Yeah. Oh, you on about Sevilla?
Yeah, Champions League campaign.
Everton top, Aston Villa second with a game in hand, then Liverpool, Leicester, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, and then all the way down the bottom at 14th, Man United. Even after today.
Yeah. Did you think that scoreline was a little bit flattering, Kev?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was texting Malcolm, as you do.
Yeah. Again.
He don't shut. So I was texting him and that, and then next thing I see his post, his status saying sack Steve Bruce, and I was like, what? Like that is just. To be fair, I can't really see if I was a Newcastle fan that I'd be like, right, I'm really fuming. I just think that Man United turned it on. like we can.
what? That's typical.
Attacking-wise, we can, can't we?
That's
Do you know what I mean?
typical Malcolm, that is, though. Malcolm,
Yeah.
shout out to you, Malcolm. He's a newspaper fan. He's one of them that reads
I'm
Italian.
looking
Is that
at
Malcolm
the
Cavanagh?
statistics.
Yeah, sack him, actually. Oh, he's shit because he let a goal in, so let's get rid of him as well. Let's get rid of him. He's rubbish.
He's allowed to be fucking depressed, though, man. He supports Newcastle. I mean, could you imagine it? Could you imagine?
Kevin, I'm looking at the statistics, and you absolutely annihilated them.
Yeah,
I know
we-
that's not always the case, but
I think we had
it's just
27
hammering.
shots. We had 27 shots.
Yeah,
How many on target?
yeah. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlights, and all I could see is all Man United after the
Yeah, I mean,
Newcastle goal.
to be
I think they had
fair,
one shot that De Gea made a good save, but other than that,
yeah, De Gea was good yesterday. I mean, doesn't mean he'll do it consistently. I mean, that's the thing. It was a good performance, but I'm not going to get my hopes up because, you know, next game we'll go and play someone we think, well, we should beat these because, you know, but then we'll go and, I don't know.
is that not a little bit like everybody this season though? Just the consistency and
I
the
think
unpredictability
it's the
of
United
games.
thing. Yeah, it's the United thing we've got used to at the minute because it seems like for some reason we don't know what we're doing. We've just suddenly lost the whole idea of how we play. But I think, like you say, that's coming into everything. You know,
I thought Newcastle.
Can anybody put their finger on that yet? Can
the
anyone
crowd.
put their...
It's the crowd.
You
It's
think it is
got
the
to be
crowd?
no fans.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can think of as well.
I don't think Maguire would have played if there was crowds there.
No. I think it probably would have been different. But I thought. I mean, the annoying thing is when we obviously lost to Spurs, I thought Eric Bailly coming back in that would have been right. You know, him come in, but obviously he made a few mistakes that game. I don't know if Tuanzebe's still in. I think he must be either, or he don't just fancy him at the minute. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I mean, I'm surprised Pogba was not say dropped, probably say rotation. But yeah, I would have preferred, you know, a few more changes. But I don't know. When you see the changes, it seems a bit, I don't know, like sort of careful changes, not like taking a bit of a risk or anything. Like any youngsters not getting thrown in there or.
See, I thought that would have been a good game for Pogba. Newcastle really struggled to get out their own half. They couldn't put 5-6 passes together without fucking losing it. I thought that would have been a good game for Pogba to have it.
I'll tell you what, though. I think that was one of his better decisions, Solskjaer, was dropping him.
Yeah.
Just drop him for a week, man. Just just so everybody knows that they're not running a changing room. Solskjaer's still making decisions there.
Yeah.
But also, it will give the player a bit of a chance to actually get a bit like, oh, I want to fight back for my place. I want to be back on the team.
Yeah.
You know? And he's one of those players where, like, in the back of his head, oh yeah, I'm a starter, and then you get taken off for this game. And you're going, why was I taken off? And he was like, I'm gonna have to work harder next week in training or whatever.
And he does now, like you say, with Matter having a good performance, Van de Beek waiting to come in. Fernando, is it? What's his name again?
Fernandez. Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Pogba, he's not necessarily going to start just from merit. You know what I mean? Because
well, I've seen a difference now with Man United fans. A lot of them I spoke to know, like before, we was always like, "Nah, I really want to get Pogba playing." I think most of them are now like, "We're quite happy if we sold him." I mean, we ain't going to get nowhere near what we wanted for him now, or you know. But
quick question: what would you get for him now? Realistically. Big team Real Madrid say we fancy him, we like the look.
I would say 60 maximum, but even then, I think
I think that's fair. I think 60 would be fair for Pogba.
Simply because of his commercial, I mean, to be fair, he'd go in Spain and he would look like this world beater because he would be more up for it. And obviously, they don't defend out there, do they? Like, you know,
you say that Hazard went there and he's done nothing. And if I had Hazard and Pogba next to each other, and someone said 70 million quid, who do you want? I'd pick Hazard all day long.
Yeah.
He's gone out there.
He looks fit though, does he?
He hasn't, but he hasn't been able to put his print, even when he's played the games. He scored a couple of goals in this, but he just hasn't been able to fit into the style of how they play.
I think your price also goes up as well, depending on how much the club wants you. Maguire isn't an 80 million player, but Man United needed a really good defender at the time, and he was the option. So they went out and spent ridiculous amounts of money on a player who wasn't worth it.
But have you seen who we've got, Woody?
No.
Oh, Woody.
Chelsea.
Yeah, and the 24.
To be fair, I'm happy with that because I think it's pretty decent time to play each other. Because
Oh, quality
Be
time.
interesting, isn't it? Be
this could
interesting.
be just a 50 game, could it? Your defence is
Yeah.
shocking. Our defence is shocking.
Yeah, we got
what
10
your
all.
players got? What you got?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's your predictions, Woody and Kevin?
What's that?
What's your predictions?
Probably find it be like a 1-1 draw or something. We expect goals
I'll
galore.
be honest with you. I think we'll knock a few past you. I ain't gonna lie.
I think it'd be like both a score.
I'm gonna
Right.
say 4-1 Chelsea.
No.
2
What was it
Chelsea.
you beat us first game of the season? The other was it 4-0?
Yeah, we smashed you 4-0. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 4-0.
What to you?
That's shit because I know we'll concede one, but just because you've done us that, I'm saying 4-0.
Right, boys, should we wrap up? Who's
Yeah.
had the shittest week? Probably, I know Arsenal the only team that lost it. But probably Joey, innit?
Oh,
Probably.
he is massively.
Yeah.
All right, fucking hell, shit.
I feel sorry for you, Joe.
Oh, you mean in football? All right. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Football, yeah, you've had the shittest week, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say it's been because it's not just this week. This is going to last throughout the season.
Do you agree with that, Dean? Liverpool had the
Yeah.
shittest week.
Fuck off, Dean. You drew 3-0 for God's sake.
Yeah, we were 3-0 up, Kev.
Yeah, but he's off the defender for God's sake.
3-0 up. It don't matter. 82nd minute, 3-0 up. You've got to win that game.
It's all about you, Dean. It's all
Virgil's
about
worth
you.
more than your whole team, Dean. So come on.
I'm happy to give it a Dane. Sorry, buddy.
I bet you are.
Hey, lads, I don't mean to be a bastard, but I got to go.
Yeah, same here, boys. Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
See you
see you
soon.
later.
See you later, lads. Nice one.
Bye.
Bye.